The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheeese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and welcome to Season 1, Episode 41 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverse Show.
Today we spoke to T. Davis and Sani about how they met, got into the Metaverse, their current and upcoming projects.
Oh, me? Your parents were wrong. And even if they were right, Square Eyes would be hella meta. So get closer and get ready for another shitty episode of
The worst show ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's like it stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverse Show. This is episode 41. Got my
Where the fuck
co-host.
is the sun?
Where the fuck is the sun? There's too much sun here. Take
No,
some.
I'm gonna like kick off with a wine straight away. So I woke up the
Uh-oh.
other morning, 3 a.m. so I could get some work done before the real work kicked in. And what do I see straight up? Upland announces Summer Holidays Flash Challenge. It's summertime and it's nice and toasty. I'm like, hang on a minute, it's fucking freezing cold over here.
105 here.
Half the earth, it's winter. Are we gonna have a winter challenge as well, or are we only pandering to
Listen,
you people?
America's the only thing that matters.
Opposite in Australia, like everything. The time
Yes.
is opposite, the weather is opposite.
Yes.
The people.
The attitudes this morning are opposite. Sorry, Cheese. What were you saying?
I don't know. I don't think
I
I
think-
was I?
I think you were going to say who this dude is that we've got.
Oh, I don't know. Who the heck is this guy? This is T. Davis. So
Hi.
T. Davis is, but between T. Davis and Ben, I wouldn't be here. So I have to. Ben, like, he gets embarrassed. I don't care. Close your ears if you don't want to hear. So Ben is the one that got me into NFTs, and T. Davis, the one that taught me about NFTs. He is an amazing human being, and thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So, Ben, give
What's
us
up?
a wine.
Give
Was
us
that
a
your
wine.
wine?
Yeah,
That
I
was it?
kicked it off with the wine.
That was weak
Yeah.
sauce. Ugh, whatever. All right.
Oh,
So
come on.
let's wait before we get into the articles. What about Upland Racing?
Yes.
This came out yesterday.
It was very.
Go
I was
ahead.
just going to say it was very funny to see a few people like, "What the hell? We can't even control it." I'm like, "Yeah, that was the whole point. It was. We knew that from pretty much the get go that it was going to be just completely stats RNG based." Which
Yeah, but
kinda
not
sucks,
everybody
but-
watches the videos like they should.
Yeah, like somebody just. Oh no, I won't go there. No, I
You
won't
go there, go there. Just
No,
like
biting
you
my
just
tongue,
put the
biting my tongue.
100,000K. 100K VX contest. You guys do the freaking contest. It's a 12-minute video. There, I did your wine for you. But anyway, Elijah from the Real Node LA and TML were we're showing their racing, and it was I liked it. Like, I know things have to start somewhere. You know, you
Absolutely.
can't just have perfection right away. If you have perfection right away, that means you can't have stuff right away, you know? So they gave us this, which is fun. Like, we need a little something. The graphics, some people are complaining about the graphics, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Like, I like that you could see all the builds.
You're being
around
generous. Yeah, the graphics suck, but the technology that's on display is amazing. Like it appears like it's going to, if you put a building up and that gets inaugurated, well, that's going to then show up on the map. The technology behind that is incredible.
Yeah.
The graphics, meh.
But you can see
but, you know.
everybody's builds. You can see
Yeah.
the landmarks. You can see the shops. If you have a Metaventures
Yep.
in a racetrack area, when you're watching a race, you can
Yep.
see that Metaventures. Like that's
Yep, which
freaking
is-
crazy.
It goes for outdoor decor, everything. You know
Yeah.
what we're about to kick off with outdoor decor. It's all going to be viewable on the map. So yeah, imagine like at Christmas time or Halloween when everyone's decked
Yes.
out in stuff. So imagine
Oh
doing a
my
race around the
God.
Creedmoor node when it's all decked out in spooky crap. So
That's gonna be amazing.
yeah,
I have my
it,
scary crap for that when I have to build there.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not playing Gran Turismo here. You know, it's a game. It's a mini game within a game. So you know.
And we never
yeah.
know. We don't know how it's going to evolve. You know, it could get to a point where you can control your stuff later on. Because right now,
Yes.
nothing gets destroyed. You don't have to spark up for gas or whatnot at the moment. It's just kind of there. Like as it evolves and they add the stuff in that's supposed to happen, I
Yep.
could see it evolving to you controlling it.
Well, I remember how like madly excited my family was to get the first Pong console. We'd sit around the TV playing Pong, and we're just like mesmerized and amazed. You know,
What was that on? Because
it was
Atari,
its
right?
Atari
own.
or ColecoVision, right?
No,
Yeah.
this was its own thing. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
the only game it played was Pong, and like it was
Oh,
wired up. That's
I
all you
had
could play. You could
Atari.
pay that. I think there was two versions. It was like the tennis version and some other version. That was it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about racing, TD?
I think it's a move in the right direction. You know, I think they need to do more with their developer network and third party. I think the hackathon was just the start of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what third party can bring to the Upland Metaverse. And as far as racing is concerned, yeah, for that controlling, like I saw it all the way back in South by, and I already knew what people were like. Some people would be excited, and that would be like the hardcore Uplanders, and there would be some people who would be just like naysayers about it, and that would probably be anybody coming from any other type of gaming industry, like a Web 2, or like if you look at that racing, it looks like it's
For
not
people that
2000
just like to complain all the time.
right,
Back to
right,
the
right.
80s.
Right. There's plenty to complain about if you don't know what it is that you're looking at, right? Like that's a 3D modeled environment that's coming off of like basically the blockchain. Like it's kind of crazy,
And speaking of hackathon, oh my God, your submission was amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we actually it's going to be ready to be tested here soon. I was kind of working on that this week, and then my computer, like I told you about my solid state failing, but we got it up into the web store, and it will be ready for testing. So it's not like fully, you can't download it. We have to add your email to like the list of testers, but there's at least that.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
it looked
yeah.
amazing. If I had to picture in my mind how I would see renting and leasing and this and that, it would have been exactly that. So you did an amazing
Hell
job.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely. We need more people like you, like putting stuff in that we need.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So that
I
was
100%
cool.
agree.
That was really cool. Is there anything else in up? So I woke up today and I have all this freaking Upix in my thing to get. I don't know the words, but I found out there was a event going on. Ben.
With the
yeah.
the treasure hunt thing.
Oh, the
So
treasure hunt.
You've got a lot of visit fees.
That's nice. I like that. I'm getting like
Yeah.
15 to 17,000 Upix a day, which
For
is
doing what?
nothing. For people coming
Interesting.
to my thing trying to find treasures, my properties. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm like, hey,
I'll take it.
I'll take it. So shall we go into these amazing articles that we found? Well, mostly Ben. I found one.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to get see out of the road here. So there's a few things that we'll touch on in a little bit of depth, and some we'll just gloss over. This first one we'll just gloss over. I think it was 2 weeks ago we mentioned that in Australia they were building a big metaverse hub in Melbourne, and now
Yeah.
there's another one kicking off in Sydney. So inside Meta's invite-only Sydney Metaverse Experience Centre. So it is by invite only at the moment, but apparently it's an area where you can go in and try it, all sorts of different stuff,
Oh, that's so cool.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just kind of getting it out there of what's available and that sort of thing.
I'm so jelly. I got to see if there's anything in AZ, which I doubt.
Yeah. So it says MXC, which is the name of this place. Guests can trial the many offerings of the metaverse, from playing hundreds of immersive games to seeing how purchasing and commercialization in the virtual world would work,
Oh,
to
that's
other
so
business
cool.
experiences. Yeah. So, you know,
Speaking
it
of
shows.
that, I went on a buying spree yesterday, and poor Ben, I'm like, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, a bunch of Web3 addresses.
You did, yes.
Yeah,
You've
we
gone on
won't
a
mention them
spree.
right now, but it's good to have.
Yes, and it's funny. I've had people reaching out to me saying, "Oh, you better buy up these addresses because somebody's going to buy them, and then you're going to have to buy them at an inflated price." I'm like, "Go for your life, mate. That's just going to show what a bunch of cocks you are, and we'll just create our own." So
Oh,
if you want to waste all your money buying up those, go right ahead.
I did actually find another article I forgot to send to you, more so for a read for yourself, but it had to do with Web3 domain squatters and how they fixed it so that it's not like the .com, and you can actually take people to court, and the courts will always rule in your favor if you have like a distinguished brand and whatnot. So like the person actually loses out and has to hand you over the domain.
I think just the fact that they're clearly making just a complete dick of themselves. If you want to go around buying up the domains of other people's projects,
Right. Yeah.
good luck to you.
Yeah. Facebook and all that I saw way back, and they were doing that way back in like 2018 or so when I first saw like ENS domains.
Yeah, and Microsoft like just passed a law in regards to the Web3 one. So like, yeah, if you have copyright, if you have a trademark and whatnot for your name, which I have my Morecheeese was available, but I have it trademarked, so I probably could have even got it. So we'll see how that kind of evolves going forward.
Absolutely. So yeah, this thing in Sydney appears to be a proper Meta sponsored thing.
Oh, really?
Well, it keeps mentioning Meta. As many of Meta's head offices and other Web3 companies around the globe have also launched similar in-life experience centers. So I don't think they'd be using that word in that way if it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
official,
definitely.
So that's pretty cool.
Definitely.
And the next one is of interest. 80% of people feel more included in the metaverse than in real life.
I can see that, definitely.
Yep,
I can see
absolutely.
that. So there's a lot of people with especially kind of mental health issues that are really thriving in this atmosphere. People that aren't really good at socializing or, you know, making friends or even going outside, which is this girl. And, you know, you get to actually let people see your talents rather than yourself. And it really makes a huge difference.
And that could be, there's social aspects of that, like just generalized social stuff, but there's also like your professional life. Like there's people who could never, you know, envision or cope with dealing in an office environment or something. But if they can work remotely from home, then, you know, it opens up a whole different range of opportunities.
Exactly.
Very good. So that was kind of cool.
So what they say, more than 120 billion has been invested in building out metaverse technology and infrastructure in 2022 to take advantage of the nearly 3/4 3/4 of consumer worldwide who promise to focus more on their mental well-being and are flocking to the metaverse to seek inspiration. So we have amazing artists, amazing software engineer type people who can watch a YouTube video and learn something like that, you know, but they can't just go out and be like socialize.
Yep. And there's a lot of people with all the COVID lockdowns and that went on worldwide that, you know, whether they started to work from home because it was a company directive or whether they lost their job and expanded into different opportunities. I know the place that I work are struggling to find people. The place where my wife works are really struggling to find people because people just, there seems to be far less interest in the kind of, I don't know how to describe it, those kind of boots on the ground jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's gonna drastically change how people recruit, how companies kind of their rules. It's gonna shift the power from the companies to the people. A lot of people don't like this, but they're gonna have to evolve and adapt. Like that's the way of the world.
I think these are some good stats here if you want to go through those.
80% of consumers find the metaverse to be a much more inclusive place. Yeah, 63% had no idea they had been in the metaverse all this time. True. 85% like that they can change their appearance as they desire. I stay a dork. 79% say they're friends within the space, accept them for who they are rather than what they look like. It's true. It's very true.
Absolutely. Like you and I were kicking around, well, aside from me calling you bro and all that for a while, so
Yeah,
I guess you got to deal with that. But like,
yeah, it's still very bro. Bro.
When was the first UDU? Were you in the UDU meeting number one?
Yeah, I didn't put my camera on though.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was very shy. Like I was extremely, the first time I put my camera on, I think was maybe around the 6th or 7th one. And I think DJ was leading that one. And towards the end, he was like, I see Cheese is on. You want to say anything, Cheese? And
I just slid off your chair.
I slid off my chair and hid under my desk. Yeah, and then I started practicing with Ben, and I got to be a lot more, you know, outgoing. I did some practice with Uplando, and yeah, like I definitely had a lot of help, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
How about you, TD? Like you're somebody who's moved pretty much full time into the space. How about like in your peripheral, like you're in real life? Not bubble, but you know, your real life friends and all that sort of stuff.
Who?
What's the kind of
exactly?
Well, what's the word on the street as far as metaverses and NFTs and that sort of stuff? Is it still like, what the hell are you doing now?
No, there's definitely people have heard something. It's likely negative, at least in my experience. Yeah, all of the people that I know that aren't in the metaverse or NFTs probably won't be because they've already formed their opinion. It's going to take like a long time for that to change. You know, they won't have
an option soon. I think.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to be forced into it.
Yes.
Right. And I think there's a way that you can approach that without getting too much pushback from
charge them 50% tax.
Exactly.
So like that was a discussion Ben and I were having with Meta, like in order to put your stuff onto Facebook as a platform to buy and sell NFTs, because they want to do that in the future, they're charging 45% tax. But here's the thing, they're doing everything for you. You don't have to learn anything. So all you pretty much have to do is, I want to create an NFT, you upload something, they kind of like hold your keys and your wallet and this and that, and you could do it through them. So like grandma or your cousins or your friends who are like NFTs, I don't want to do that. But then they're like, oh, this is easy. Oh, they only take 45%. Sure. Whatever.
Crazy.
So it's like people like us that, you know how to do it and want to learn stuff will be on the better side of this, like this aisle. But people who are like, NFTs, yeah, if it's easy, I'll do it. 45%, yeah, sure, why not? I don't care anyway.
Yep.
So there's a market for that. If you want to market to really lazy mofos who don't want to learn anything.
Right? People with so much money, they don't care about.
Exactly. Or not even that much money, because like Facebook will only take the 45% if you sell the NFT. So if they don't sell it and they just make it.
On what chain are they doing that though? Probably ETH.
No, that's another thing. They haven't really specified, because that's always my question, right, Ben? I'm like, what blockchain is this? And
right,
they never specified it.
Who knows? I like this part too. It says metaverse identity is an extension of our many identities in the real world. We are accustomed to constructing pseudo identities for ourselves at work, in our personal lives, with friends and family, and on social media. Brands are learning that identity and personality are two different things and not always interlinked. I can speak to this as an example. Yesterday at my job, we had like a end of holiday period kind of big party. So I wore like basically like a Australian themed Hawaiian shirt over the top of what is a long sleeve shirt with skulls and crossbones all down the sleeves. And one of the parents is like, oh, she kind of made a joke like, well, that's a fancy looking shirt, but I guess that's what you wear all the time. And I'm like, no, this one on the outside is not my personality. The skull and crossbones down the sleeve, that's closer to my personality. She thought that was pretty funny.
So I just found out Paxos and Coinbase let users send and receive USDP. So that, like, I know they had something with DM, but they're going to be using the Paxos dollar. If that makes sense to anybody here. It doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense to me. It's a weird one for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a really good point. Like, some of the stuff that Cheese and I knock about with, there's no way I'd say that to anybody else.
We are
because I know I
accustomed
can get away with it.
We are accustomed. Wait, say what?
Like, who I am when I go to work as a kindergarten teacher is not who I am when I'm with my own kids. It's not who I am when I'm out shopping. It's not who I am when I'm on this show. It's not who I am when I'm in DMs with you, you know? Everybody has their, exactly what it says, pseudo identities.
We have many masks.
Yes, that's what we always say.
I'm wearing mine now.
Don't let it slip. Don't let it slip.
We are accustomed to constructing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. You really said it. Pseudo identities for ourselves at work, in our personal lives, and with friends and family. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you got to go to, what do you guys do? Thanksgiving or something, and you got to go and deal with drunken Uncle Frank.
I have an Uncle Frank.
Well, there you go. You know, you put on the mask, you put on the family Thanksgiving mask, and you do what you got to do. All right, this next one was good to report. 38% of consumers interested in Metaverse would add restaurant purchase to experiences.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that Cheese and I have been talking since this show started.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you're talking, well, take it away, Cheese.
All right. So basically I have, and I don't read any of these articles he sends me because I kind of like to be surprised when the show starts, which is a good and a bad thing. But I have been collecting a lot of McDonald's and Burger Kings and Starbucks and Dunkin's inside the Upland Metaverse. And what I'm hoping for, because nothing is set in stone and not like, you know, my plans can blow up, whatever. But what I'm hoping for is while someone's in the metaverse and they're playing games and they're doing this and they don't really have the time to take their stuff off and go outside, or even take their stuff off and make a phone call or go on the internet, they can say, oh, hey, like I'm in the metaverse, there goes a Burger King. Let me walk into that Burger King and order some food. You know, they go into the Burger King as their avatar. They go to another avatar and they order their food. And then, you know, the only time they have to take their stuff off is to go get it at the door. And then they come back. And then you could do that with other stuff. Like you go, I was going to say Models, but I don't know if there's Models still existing in the world. That's how much I go outside. Or Home Depot, you need some stuff. You know, you're walking around in the metaverse and you see a Home Depot and you're like, I need to get some stuff. You know what? I might as well go in there and take a look around. And you're taking a look around and you're like, yeah, you know, that's a cool paint. I really do need to paint the guest room. Come on, let me order it. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. And that's what I think is going to happen, to be quite honest, with this whole Web3 and layering and stuff.
Absolutely. And if you think back to our guest that we had on, Eddie from Metaverse Buck from the board Upland Club, he's actively boots on the ground, going to restaurants and small businesses and helping them get into the space precisely for this reason, you know, to build their branding. Yeah.
I emailed McDonald's and Burger Kings and I'm like, hey, listen, there's these metaverses. I don't like, let me know who to contact and this is and that. And here's their information. Let me know if you need any help. Or I know a couple of managers there, like I can get them in touch with you. Just let me know.
That's incredible.
Blah, blah. So that's what we got to do. We have to move this along as fast as possible.
Yeah, I heard there's a bagel shop in Manhattan that takes wax.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't been to it, but I heard it during the NFT NYC thing that was going on.
That is so cool. And that's the good thing about having a Web3 domain. You can with my domain, I looked all into it. I can actually receive payments to my, you know, Morecheeese.nft. Like you could create a website and direct people to that website and it says, you know, pay through here. Like click this link to pay. It's so crazy. It's freaking crazy. Yes. I love it. I love this new world.
Speaking of crazy, this is kind of crazy, this stat here too. So about 1/5 of consumers who aren't interested in buying food in the metaverse are unfamiliar with the space. Well, that makes sense. Of course, they're not going to say they're going to do it if they don't know what it is, but awareness could rise. The metaverse is expected to grow 50% annually through to 2030.
Yeah, they're not going to have a choice.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's going to happen. And it goes back to that other point here that they didn't even know they're in the metaverse, you know. People are going to be doing stuff and having no clue that, you know, on one conversation they're going to be saying, nah, it's all a load of crap, and then they're going to turn around and they're going to buy something in the metaverse and not even know about it.
Exactly. So it goes back to the point where Web 1, Web 2, Web 3. Like Web 1 is basically, if I had to describe it, stuff you can only view and not interact with. Web 2 is stuff you could view and purchase. Web 3 would be interaction.
Absolutely. So it's got here, several chains have jumped into the metaverse to tap into this consumer behavior. Last fall, Chipotle opened a virtual restaurant in the gaming platform Roblox, where visitors could get a promotional code for a free burrito.
That's what I said. Codes. That's exactly what I said. I love this fucking article.
Wendy's opened a restaurant in Horizon Worlds, a virtual reality game from Meta, where visitors can play a virtual basketball game while being served Wendy's ads. Other brands like Pizza Hut and Jimmy John's are trying the metaverse into loyalty programs and offering rewards to reach a captive audience. And we've been saying that for ages, Cheese. Like, you're going to have some kind of NFT based reward card system.
Sure.
Like, it's going to blend, like whether you go to the real life in-store thing, there's going to be a lot of crossover.
Yeah. There's going to be games you play inside a Burger King to get a coupon for a free meal. Oh, so awesome. Maybe I should be looking for Chipotle's and Wendy's. I got to do that before this airs tomorrow. I go to try to buy some and TD bought them all.
Yeah, so I think it's just all, you know, how long we've been doing the show, nearly a year, and it's just very cool to see so many of the things that we talked about a year ago as kind of pie in the sky ideas. It's all
that's a good point.
Kicking off.
That's a good point, Ben.
And this one was interesting too. I didn't really get my head around it. So Meta is dumping Facebook logins as its Metaverse ID system. Like, you know, that's probably the most famous example that we know is Facebook rebranding to Meta. Where was it? Next month, the company will be introducing a new type of login called a Meta account that will allow users to engage with products that previously might have required a Facebook account to use. At launch, users will be able to use their Meta account to sign up for and log into the company's Quest hardware. Functionality that will come to other Meta devices in future, the company says. Users can choose to link their Meta account to their Facebook and Instagram accounts as well or not. Unlike Facebook accounts, users are free to have multiple Meta accounts, the company says. So, I don't know, what's your take on this?
What do you think, TD?
I'm not interested in anything that Facebook or quote unquote Meta has to offer. I think it's super lame that they changed their name to that. It was like, oh, this new thing that everyone else is building. It's founded in decentralization and everything that we're not. Let's name ourselves that, so they'll think that we like fuck them, man.
Yeah,
but that's a whole nother customer base if you think about it. So
yeah, I'm not gonna front. I do have an Oculus.
But yeah,
so
like
what you mean to say is fuck you very much.
You don't have to like them to make money off of them. And as a trader, this is, you have to always leave your emotion out of it, because like I will invest in companies that I hate, but I know that they're on an uptrend sort of thing. I don't know if I'll have, I might have a Meta account just so I can kind of advertise, because you don't have to sell on them, but you could kind of like showcase your stuff with a link to your portfolio or your website, and kind of show them the better side. Like, hey, don't want to pay these fees, come over to me and I'll show you how to do it for free, sort of thing. And there's always a way to make money, especially off of the stupid. That's my favorite way of making money.
Hell yeah.
While showing them something great. You know, we both get a bit of a bite of the cookie.
Absolutely. So yeah, it says here, for the time being, the scope of Meta accounts appears limited to VR logins, but it's clear that the company has wider interest in jettisoning Facebook from the center of its user-facing world. So yeah.
I keep Facebook around for birthdays. That's the only way I'll remember anybody's birthday, and it's very convenient. It's like a glorified birthday calendar for me. Boop. Oh,
for me, it's just
birthday.
It's photo albums for me. Like I got so many albums from the kids and all that sort of stuff. That's about all it is, really.
Yeah, and it's an easy way to just kind of be like, oh, hey, here. I trust you. You're my friend. Kind of look at all my shit, and I'll be able to say happy birthday to you because it'll remind me to.
Yes. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I think this one. Oh, this is the one you found, Cheese.
This is awesome.
This creeped me the hell out when I saw it.
What's that?
So you can see the future with these smart contact lenses. Here you go. Take it away.
So, all right. So California startup Mojo Vision finally has a human being wearing its contact lenses. I've been reading about their stuff for about a year now. Where's
that crazy ass picture? Look at that.
And it's bulky. That's the fucking thing.
So it's like it looks like you got Terminator eyes is probably the easiest way I can describe it. If you're on the Spotify and you're just listening. So I'll go back. Sorry, Cheese.
Oh, that's okay.
No way.
There you go.
They've been, so I've been following them for a while, and they finally got it to a point where a human can wear this, and it replaces your view of the real world with all digital graphics, augmented reality, and
like in God, this is insane.
Yeah, sorry, right. It's crazy. It places digital images on top. So like if you're running and you want to see how many miles you ran or the path, like you'll see it on the left side and you could run and see it.
This is beyond that. This is what that's saying there is it's not just, your field of vision and then with AR capabilities. This is saying it's changing everything. It's digitizing the entire field of vision and putting AR up there. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Would you do it, TD?
What was the name of that TV series?
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and probably, yeah. I love tech.
I've never wore a contact lens in my life.
Yeah, me neither. Well, that's not true.
Yeah.
I'm scared of them. I'm scared of them.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. What if you already wear contacts? Like that's a
Well,
good question.
Then
Can you
what
get,
if
can you
what
get
if
them
they-
made?
I can have your prescription in there.
Right. Yeah.
And my wife wears contact lenses, and I know the drama she's gone through sometimes where it'll break and she has a tiny little piece float off. Well, what about if it's a piece of technology?
Right.
Like
yeah.
God.
And how much are those going to cost? Like that's
Oh, it'll be insane. It'll be-
yeah.
cost prohibitive for I would imagine most people.
Yeah. Yes. But if it gives you some kind of edge, if wearing those gives you some kind of edge in business or finance or something like that, or sports or God knows what else. Imagine like a Formula One driver
Right.
or something that could wear those, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I would
If it
Yeah,
gives
that
you
would
an edge,
be-
everyone will get it.
I would get them in my glasses. I don't want anything touching my eyeball though. I'm really
Yeah.
kind of
Me too.
particular with that.
I'm surprised we don't see football, American football helmets already. Like maybe they do. We don't know,
Ooh.
but like that, they've had visors forever. So
Yeah, that's true.
I could have easily, a visor is much easier to do than a contact.
Yeah, like those
Well,
COVID visors.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
That's true.
Cheese. If you want this technology, you need to put the contacts in because the battery recharge off your blood supply. That'd be ultimate, or off your somehow
Right, or your
off
body heat.
heat or something.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm okay with charging. Don't use my blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Look, while they're generally sleeker than VR headsets, some people still find them bulky and
Well,
uncomfortable
duh.
to wear. Yeah, and it's like anything. Like it'll be clunky. It'll be it'll be uncomfortable. But as the technology evolves, that what happens with tech, everything gets smaller and faster and more seamless.
Well, I'll do the glasses. I'm checking right now. If they have Mojo glasses.
Yeah, I definitely do glasses. I wouldn't do contacts.
We had a Whine and Cheese about this one VR glasses thing. You didn't like the way they looked, but I kind of thought they looked a little cyberpunkish.
Yeah, well, you're talking about Gen 1 technology too, so that's a part of it. Yeah, this is crazy. After completing preclinical testing and mitigating potential safety risks, I wore Mojo lens, he wrote. Much to my delight, I found I could interact with a compass to find my bearings, view images, and use on-screen teleprompter. Wearing the lens was inspiring, he added. Seeing the future literally put me at a loss for words.
I don't know why, but I really like his eyebrows.
Oh, God. You're such a squirrel chaser.
They're so neat and they're so perfect. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Packed into the tiny piece of tech is the smallest and densest dynamic display in the world, as well as an accelerometer, a gyroscope, and a magnetometer. I hope I said all those things right. There's eye-catching tech, medical-grade micro batteries, and custom communications chips. Wow.
That is insane.
Wow.
That's kind of freaky.
It's freaky.
Let's just hope that this doesn't end up like Google Glass did. You remember that?
No, give us the lowdown. What was the
Oh,
story?
that like Google Glass, where there were glasses that did this, and they were total flop. And
Yeah.
I don't even know if they even hit the stores. It just went poorly.
It's kind of the cart before the horse, isn't it? We need the whole metaverse situation. We need all
Right,
that tech
right,
fleshed
right.
out way before.
You're right.
Yeah, that it's going to be super cool though. Once that, all of it's already kind of here, right? Like with NFTs, I found that if you be a little creative with how you do things, like you could make all kinds of new shit happen
Oh
with
yeah.
NFTs.
And it's you got to pick your timing. Like imagine when somebody built the first cart to tie up to their horse, and somebody comes along and says, "Hey, look at this supercharger I built." You know, people are going to be like, "Well, what the hell's that thing? What use is that?" You're way ahead of your time, mate. Calm down.
I didn't see your message to me. Yeah, totally. Get him in. You want me to send him the invite link?
Yeah, I can.
Let me see.
Maybe just in time. We got 2 NFT articles to touch on.
Sweet.
We'll kick over.
Yeah, his take on this would have been amazing.
Yeah, so when we were in at South by Southwest, they had up the Upland team was with fuck, what were they called? I don't know. Sandy would remember. Let me grab him because they
I
had
just
this
sent
whole
him the
thing
link
where you,
too.
yeah, where you put this headset on and like you drive around, and
Ooh.
I don't know if you and he went on like some tour, like they had like a like one person tours where you can get in some vehicle that they're drive by their company, and you put the headset on, and then like all of Austin is in Austin. It's their Metaverse Austin or something.
That's
But
cool.
yeah. He was chatting with the CEO and got that tour thing.
Nice.
I just got to reply to Detect Cheese, so
All right.
talk about something.
Well, I found these glasses off of Amazon that look pretty cool. It's funny, the more expensive ones have really bad reviews, but like this one that is like $300 actually has really pretty good reviews.
Yeah. Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And like just looking at some of the examples, like they have this this 3D thing where the stuff comes at you, or you could play video games, or you could watch movies right in front of you. I put the link in the chat thing here. They have like a little video. Let me see.
Yeah.
Can't really get the audio through for it.
Oh, they don't really show anything in the video. Dummies.
All right. Well, I'll pull up these last 2 articles because I had a bit of a giggle at this one. As you know, there's some people in they're in the metaverse NFT space, but they kind of refuse to acknowledge it, and for whatever reason don't want to. And I thought this was pretty funny. So Reddit doesn't want to admit it launched a new NFT collection. So it looks like an NFT, it sells like an NFT, but Reddit swears it's just a collectible avatar that's blockchain based.
Dummies.
So what do you think they're reluctance?
Well, they're not dummies, they're smart. So I know you said TD, and I'm sorry. I'm such an attention.
I don't think I did. I just put it out there.
They're so what they're doing is they're taking advantage of stupid people, which as they should as a company, or people that just don't want to come out of their comfort zone. They're like, hey, this is a really good avatar. Think of it as avatar. Don't look to the left or right. Just avatar. It's not an NFT because we know you hate NFTs. And they'll be like, okay, if it's not an NFT, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of smart in a stupid way.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Ghost Recon or something? We always mention Ghost Recon as that they what's the word? They put NFTs in the game, and their consumer base did a massive backlash against it. So they ended up pulling the plug on that. So yeah, so they're not NFTs, they're just collectible avatars, according to Reddit.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. However, in an email, a Reddit spokesperson did admit that actually they are NFTs, but explained that the site is opting to focus on communities and the value they receive rather than the underlying technologies. So.
Exactly. Tell the people what they want to hear. Basically.
For instance, the avatars will initially be sold at a fixed price ranging from $9.99 to $99.99, not at auction, blah, blah, blah. So what are they suggesting there?
What do you mean?
Avatars will be sold at a fixed price, as opposed to what?
Oh, I guess like, I don't know.
Secondary market NFTs? Is that what they're like, the whole OpenSea boom, or is that what they're worried about?
There's this I can't remember the name of it, but Gala did it with their nodes. It's like where it's some kind of financial way of selling things where it increases and has a name. I can't remember it, but like it goes
Dow?
up. Yeah, it just goes up every single time somebody buys one. It raises the price.
Incrementally, yeah.
Yeah. It's got a name. I can't remember what the name is,
Wow.
but maybe that's what they're referring to, or a Dutch auction kind of thing where it starts really high and then gets lower. I don't know.
It
Huh.
just sounds like
That's what comes to mind when you ask like how else would you
Yeah.
sell it?
so. It's market manipulation, basically. They're deliberately controlling the market.
Yeah, well, so the Dutch auction one, I've seen it through several NFT projects. I think the last one that did it was Alluvium, if you've heard of them. They did it with their land sale, and they claim that it keeps bots away and keeps the FOMO away. Like, I don't know how anything keeps FOMO away. Like anything you do, it should increase FOMO, right? Like,
Exactly. Like I think the gala, like we heard a lot about it from Octavius.
yeah.
He's very much into that with his DAO on that, and I think he's been pretty lucky with that. And he went into the cafe recently and was talking more on it. It's all very interesting.
Yes, so it says these not NFTs are going to be minted on the Polygon blockchain.
Oh well, that's good. That's really nice to wrapped ETH. That's cool. Not much. There's no. Oh, tell me. I want to hear. What
Yeah, there was
that
a story
laugh?
behind that little snigger there. What's that about to you?
Yeah.
Say again. My background.
When I said it's on ETH, that's good. You kind of snickered a bit.
Oh yeah. I don't know. ETH is just it's silly.
ETH is silly, but what about Matic? Matic is not.
I don't mind Matic. It's okay.
Yeah. Polygon is Matic.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I have some Matic NFTs. I don't really mess with that chain though, or Binance. I had like a period where like Binance was awesome, and I was doing all kinds of stuff on BSC, and I haven't touched them since.
I just sold a Matic NFT last night.
Oh yeah, what
Yeah.
project?
It's my one of ones. I put them out every so often. I don't
nice.
put many. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
because usually like I never have any time to do it, but when I do it, it's something that kind of spoke to me in a corny way. So like somebody called the UDU a cult, so I made this green cult prayer.
It's like a fractal.
Oh, that's the
thing.
way you do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Baller.
Yeah. So Teddy Pig, I only put two out, and Teddy Pig purchased both of mine. I could show
Nice.
you right now, actually.
Yeah. Hey, you ever see this link that I posted in our chat there, niftykit.com?
Let me see.
So I signed up so they got a thing called Drop Kit, and I think it's like invite only,
Ooh.
where it was. Let me see if it still is. It took a little while to get in, but not forever. Let's see. And it's just it gives you a way to set up. So it's still got the join the wait list here.
All right.
You might want to do this. It wasn't terribly
Yeah.
expensive either. I think it was like maybe like $10 a month, and they would essentially do the entire drop for you, just like with drag and drop UI. So this way you don't have to mess with any of the smart contracts or any of that. I think it was ETH and Matic. So
That's if you want to do those things with 10,000 computer
Right.
generated. I'll never do that. My
Right, the
stuff will always
PFPs.
be my stuff will always be handmade. I don't think
Right.
I've ever made any more than 200. I'll always mint them out and then put them on. Mint them out in Atomic,
Gotcha.
then put them on Nifty. Yeah, and but
So if you
when
weren't
it's-
on Wax though, how would you? So you wouldn't set up. You've never set up a drop because you could do a pre-minted drop with.
I'll never set it up where it's computer generated. It'll always
Right. Yeah.
And I'll
I
never
get-
have enough time to make more than one to sell at
Right.
once.
Oh, I see.
So
what you're
like
saying.
it'll always
Yeah.
be one at a time. Like I'll share this right now. If I could find it, because I'm so bad. Here it goes. So this is my
Nice.
computer can hurry up. And so yeah, that's it. So Green Cult Prayer. So basically this is the UDU top members
Oh, right. Yeah.
are the members below, like the second tier, and then these are the new people that we're kind of training to become into the cult, and they're doing like a little entry dance. And
Yeah.
it sold for 0.03 ETH. So
That's not bad, right?
yeah, and then I'll show you the first one I ever did was Hot Twisted Pixel.
And Teddy bought that as well, too. didn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah,
I
he
think-
bought
I think
that
You might have
one.
a bit of a fan on your hands.
Oh yeah, he likes that I put them out one at a time, and like I don't know what's wrong with this, but yeah, I can't
get-
make it big.
Ren and Stimpy vibes from that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
And these are like two buildings actually that I took a picture of, and I kind of made them. If I showed you what this looked like before I pinched it and twirled it in GIMP, like, and you could see it's all pixel, just kind of manipulated.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you wanna
one
s-
more.
I'm
What?
sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
one more.
We're all in the. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Thanks. I was just going to say I got one more article to touch on, and then we're free. We're free to chase
like-
squirrels.
And yeah, we're free to find out about an awesome human being.
Yes. All right. So this last one raised my eyebrows a little bit. Ape now pay later loans bring BNPL to
Huh.
the NFT market.
That sounds dangerous.
This concerns me greatly.
Yeah. I love that we're all on
DeFi,
the same page.
yeah,
Please, Sandy.
DeFi lender Teller is
Hey.
offering buyers the option to pay for popular NFT collections in installments.
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
dangerous. Lose the
Yeah.
farm on your NFT.
Whew, yeah, imagine going into a loan for a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT for, that's sold for 2 million, and then the arse drops right out of the market. I mean, it is one of those cases where you only lose if you sell, sure, potentially,
Right.
but wow,
Yeah.
it just goes back to what you're saying, T, with the whole FOMO thing. This just seems like just a FOMO.
Yeah.
A FOMO ticket to the wrecked train. Yes.
Oh shit.
Jeez. So yeah,
That would be the wreck train for both parties too,
Oh,
right? Because the person getting the
fancy.
loan back is going to get the NFT because if they can't pay it back, they get the collateral, and then I don't even think they'd be happy getting the collateral.
You never
Right.
know. You never know,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you're gonna have to put some other really high valued NFTs, or even your house is collateral.
buyers
be
would need to
crazy.
put down a minimum of 25% of the price tag to purchase, then pay for the remainder in installments. Yeah, whoa, that's
What about
Red flag.
collateral? Do they say anything about that?
crypto winter, blah blah blah. The price floor on Bored Ape Yacht Club collections was about 90 Ethereum
Wow.
on Friday, a 40% drop.
40%.
Um,
Wow.
In order to
That's a
secure
40% drop in
financing-
Ethereum though, not in USD.
Yes.
True. But
um,
almost. If you think
case
about
by
it.
case basis.
I think it's down like 80% in USD because isn't like Ethereum is down
Oh,
50%. So I assume that would.
Damn.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
look at that. Lenders can earn interest of up to 30% annually.
Oh yeah, lenders are greasy.
Oof.
They're like little loan sharks. They're like fat porpoises.
It was bloated dolphins. You keep saying fat porpoises.
Well, aren't they the same thing? Porpoises and dolphins?
No, they're not the same thing. Sorry, Sandy, I didn't realize you jumped in. How you going, mate?
You didn't hear me
Okay.
going, hi,
I was in the middle of my flappage. All right. We are clear and you're just in time. So over to you, Cheese.
Pour us a hot cup of TD and Sanny.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to know everything. I want to know, what were you guys doing before you even got into the metaverse?
You go first, Sandy. I
Okay.
don't know that I know the story. So you go.
I was in college. I was doing a 3+1 program, which is like where you do your undergrad with your master's. And I had all of my like hours to graduate from my undergrad, but was in the last semester of my master's, met TD, really wanted to just work in NFTs. And it was a dream of mine to work in gaming, especially streaming. So as soon as that became an option and TD was like, oh yeah, you should totally stream, I decided to leave my master's and do this instead.
In the last semester.
Yeah. Or no, it's a 4+1. Sorry. So I still had a year left.
Oh my!
I said that wrong.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. No, it was the I guess third to last semester. Yeah, I still had time left in it that I was skipping. But
Parents must love when you tell that story.
Yeah. Some people do. It gets mixed responses.
But to be honest, didn't all the big people do that? Gabe and stuff, and the Apple guy, they all left between, and then they became so. And then you're so young, I'm 43.
It's disgusting, really.
No, he's like a baby. He's perfect.
Just to be honest, the three oldies in the room.
Because we're old as shit. So but you have your whole freaking life ahead of you.
Absolutely.
And it's amazing that you got into this so quickly, and you have such an amazing partner to work with, TD. TD, what were you doing before the metaverse?
Working at Dell. So I was in tech kind of. I remember having conversations about, so we had a lab in our building. So if anybody called in and they had a really strange issue, we could go replicate it. So there was all kinds of equipment in there, servers, you name it. And I remember Bitcoin was out. It was not what it was now. It's, I think, easily 3 figures. That's for sure. And I remember talking about setting up, doing mining in that lab, and using Dell's electricity, because nobody wanted to do it back then because it would run your bill all up and it wasn't worth anything yet. Just in hindsight, that would have been the thing to do. You would have made a ton. And I remember saying the same thing about Doge, man. And it was not a serious conversation. We were if we all put in $100 a week, and even if it goes up to and they said some ridiculous number that it blew past, and when it spiked, we would be.
Yeah, it went.
Yeah. I'm this was 9 to the right or 8 to the right of the zero. That's how little it was back then when it was created. So I don't know. I missed lots of opportunities along the way, and was just looking at it from the development standpoint. That's where I found Upland, and then I found Discord, and then my life changed.
Metaverse.
Yeah, dude.
And then you found NFT Gamer TV, and then you had this beautiful little empire, and it's amazing. You have all these projects. Every time I talk to TD, he's always oh, I got this new thing. Let me tell you about it. I got this new thing. And it's so freaking awesome. Tell me about some of your projects.
So right now, we are releasing our stickers, and we're trying to give, I don't know if you remember when you first got into NFTs, but the stickers sucked. They didn't do, not only did they not do anything, but they eventually became not worth anything. And I'm talking about the Street Fighter stickers that we all thought where we're going to be some kind of high value, and they do have collector's value to the people who hit those drops, but there were so many that were so plentiful and didn't do anything special that they're pretty much garbage NFTs. And excuse me, we didn't want to do that with anything that we released. So right now, with the stickers, we released Sanny's on the 3rd, and then I don't know if you saw, but the entire image changed. So it went from him in his tux to a July 4th outfit. And then a few days later, we released the TD, and Sandy changed again. He put on an Eagles jersey to welcome me in. And they're going to change again. We're going to keep doing that. So the idea is to just test how we can make, like avatar type NFTs. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Well, most of them changed.
Yeah, most of them. So I have still yet to get a script to do it. I did it all by hand, which was a pain in the ass. There's like 88 of them. I only did 50 to start. I circled
Glad
back.
we didn't do 2022.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's something that I mean obviously we it's a good thing that we didn't do that, and we're keeping the supply small. We didn't close off the templates yet. We should do that though. I don't know why. I always get, still to this day, I get so nervous about doing anything that's final. Like, like when you go to mints, like there's no do-overs on any of it. And I'd still just I hesitate. I don't, make somebody watch me or or something. Yeah, but yeah. So Ben, I think you have. I think I sent you a redemption ticket. So how we distributed them, and one thing is interesting to note. Like, so if you were to go to the template on both of their NFTs, you would notice that there's no image, right? And so that's how it had to be done in order for them to update, or at least update as fast as they do. It's pretty much instantly. There's maybe like a few second delay between changing the IPFS hash and it refreshing, but there's no image on the template. And so if you go to set up a drop through Nifty, it's gonna base it off the template, as it should, because the creator shouldn't be able to specify what the image is. The image should come from the template or the pack. It should be the pack image. Otherwise, they would just, like, you're going to see way more scams than there would be normally. So I understand why it's done that way, but it makes it look like super stupid, right? Like, who wants to go to a drop where there's no image of what you're getting? So there is still that. How we would work around that in the future would be you just make the drop custom on your own site, and that's how you do that, which is not a problem. Some projects have already laid that groundwork. Bitcoin Origins, off the top of my head, would be one. I think they were like one of the first on Wax to do their own drops. But yeah, the the template doesn't have any image. It's kind of,
I think if you're trusted and well known, people are gonna want it
right
like from the get-go, like if I saw you doing this, I would definitely want to do it. But if I saw some new company coming out that I didn't know, I'm be like, yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like go ahead.
So, and if you look at the, just one more thing about the sticker. So if you look at the metadata, you'll notice that there's two mutable attributes. There's image, and then there's another one that says data, and it's like another long string of characters. So the data attribute on those is a Pinata submarine hash, or CID it's called. And it's a decentralized way of encrypting and hiding or protecting information, so that you have to have the NFT in order to access whatever information that is. And there's like 10 claim links from Atomic Hub. So the claim links where you can get an NFT from. So the 10 of them are hidden in 10 of the Sany NFTs. And you would have to go to our website to figure out if you won or not. But this is kind of like a cool little Inception thing. Like, it's an NFT inside of another NFT. And yeah, we're just going to let our imaginations run wild with what you can and can't do with.
That's exciting. I know you were telling me something about this before, and it just kind of went over my head. So I'm glad you're explaining it now, and I'm getting a better understanding of it. That was a great overview of it. That's all. Like I tell Ben all the time, you need a good partner in crime, and Ben and I work well together. You guys work well together. This is a question for Sany. How did you meet up with TD?
I mean, he's basically like everybody's Upland dad.
Yes.
And he was mine too.
Grandpa, you mean? Grandpa.
Oh. No, he looks like a dad. He's a young man.
I will say I see TDs everywhere. Anytime it's a bald guy with like a beard, I'm like, oh, is that
It's-
TD?
For the longest time, I thought that was going to be how I was going to die. It was going to be mistaken identity assassination. Like, I would get that all the time. Like you
It
look just
always
like-
gets me.
The
Yeah.
Walter White look. Heisenberg.
I almost went up to somebody at I think I was getting like coffee or something, and I swore it was TD, and got like I like halfway made the move toward them, like was halfway there, and then they looked like toward me, or like my direction, and I saw their face. I was like, nope.
You're like, no, you're not my dad.
Yeah.
Bail out.
Yeah.
So you guys
It was
met
like
in-
TD with huge eyebrows. So as soon as they looked at me, I was like, that's not him.
Ah, shit.
create that. But so you guys met in Upland, and what made you decide to kind of work together? Like what made you take him as your like
He's a good teacher.
he is a good teacher. Very
Yeah.
good.
Huh.
He's looking at you like, tell me more.
No, and he's like, I feel like we're both I don't know,
Like
I
on the
try not
same
to toot my own
page.
horn, so I don't like saying this, but like both very
Okay, go.
generous.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
I
we
can
just
say
like
that
kind of
for
like
you.
got along really quickly that way.
Yeah, to the point of like a fault almost. I think like both of us. and-
Like we almost fight each other. to see who's more.
yeah.
Which, if you look at TD's Tipsy C records, he's destroying me.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I don't want to even talk about that. Oh my god.
Well,
it's gross.
maybe we can flip that question around, because I know when Sanyika, when you first came into the Upland space, you didn't come in small. It was quite noticeable, your entry, and I think at the time that definitely got the attention of people like myself and TD. And that, what was it about Sani that grabbed your interest, or that made you want to dive in a bit further there, TD?
I had to so I was doing the UpX podcast with BDAG, and I had to get an interview with the guy who spent 21K like it was nothing, plopped it down and bought Grand Central.
And that's back in the day when nobody was really doing that. That was just
Right.
a monument. Now that gets sold.
Well,
in
somebody had done it previously with New York Stock Exchange. That was why I felt comfortable
Yeah.
doing that.
that was
Oh,
was
right.
that
Yeah,
25K that one? Ryan.
Yeah, and I think if nobody had bought that one, I wouldn't have done it.
Interesting.
But that was why I was trying to get it before it went below 21 as well, because I didn't want to.
Right. Yeah.
I felt like I was actually going to miss it.
Yep.
In
That's
hindsight,
right.
I kind of wish I'd waited longer. But also, sorry for interrupting.
yeah. I wonder where that would have went to. I mean, I don't think you can wait on that kind
Yeah,
of.
you can't wait on those
No.
things.
You just gotta gotta go for
I did
it.
wait for it to drop to 21 because I got there with like 5 minutes until it
Oh, right. Yeah.
dropped,
we
and I
told
was
them
like
about that.
messaging TD back and forth about it.
Yeah. I remember that, and they did something that cost them, like Upland did something wrong that cost them like $1,000 because.
Wow.
Oh, it was because I struggled to get there.
Oh, right.
Like I would have easily been there in time to buy it
Right,
at
that's what it
23,
was.
but I like couldn't figure out what a send was.
Right,
I couldn't
right.
I could not figure out how to get there. So
Wow.
TD had to walk me through
Right.
the early
So
stages
that's-
of Upland to even get to there.
That's
And it
how
was-
green you were when you dropped that much.
That's awesome.
crazy.
I figured if I wanted to make a space in the game, that was probably if in my mind, that was about how much I wanted to put into the game on the whole. I ended up getting sucked in like everybody else and putting more in. But I was like, why not put it all in on just one property that I think will easily sustain that value compared to anything else I could spend it on.
Right. And I would say it undoubtedly has, we've seen that, right? I don't know if no landmarks have sold secondary after the first sale. Am I right?
Well,
Say
it's
that,
tricky
right?
because there's some coordinated efforts where Maddox is a prime example. Maddox will buy up the landmark and have a prearranged deal with Abdullah to buy it straight off him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's a bit of a, yeah, technically it has sold, but it was kind of the plan from the get go. So
Gotcha. Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, but like if you don't grab it right away, someone's gonna grab it,
Oh yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, what I'd just be interested. I know you had some problems with Upland had screwed up the dividends for that property, but do you have any indication of what like a daily income is for Grand Central? What is it? It's Grand Central Station, Manhattan, isn't it? Is that what it is? The property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see the last time.
That's a good landmark.
I haven't logged in a minute.
Yeah.
Any?
You can get Spark. You
Because
didn't-
that's you have to go through there to get to the other boroughs, right? Unless you fly in. from
That's
the other-
what
Not
that was the
anymore.
deal was
Yeah.
supposed to be. There are other routes.
yeah, that's so messed up. They took that away.
I don't blame them. And part of why I don't blame them is because it wasn't necessarily like the whole Upland team that promised that.
All
Yep.
right. Well, that's very big of you.
I mean, like, it makes sense. I feel like it would suck for other players to have to go through there. I was kind of pissy about it when it first happened,
Well, I mean, you
Um,
on 20,
yeah.
21
but
K.
I've come to terms with it.
I'd have to imagine that's generating multiple thousands of UPX a day. Even
Yeah, it definitely. Let's see.
I'd say it probably generates, like, off of send fees alone, like 1K UPX a day.
still. Okay, I thought it'd be more than that.
And
yeah,
then
but
the
you got to remember
dividends
he's
are
got
on
it as
top of
low
that.
as you can possibly.
Oh, he's got it at the low.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
it at 20 instead of,
Oh, well, good.
which I
That's awesome.
repeatedly throughout my time in Upland, I've gotten DMs from people asking me to raise, oddly enough, asking me to raise my prices on stations, but all of my stations will always be the lowest
Nice.
possible.
Good on
That's cool.
What do you
That's
I
a
don't know
good
if I
way
can
to
piece
do
the picture
it.
again. Yes.
So now you have your NFT gamer TV show. Tell me about that. Tell me what that's about.
Go ahead, Sandy. You got that?
You go ahead.
Yeah, you did that to me the other day. Remember?
I did do that to
Yeah.
TD wasn't paying attention and I just threw a hardball right at him.
I do that to Cheese all the time.
Yes, he does. He really does.
I was like, I don't want to answer this one. TD's got it. So what we do, I guess I'll start with like how we started. I said earlier, I like always wanted to be a streamer. So we sort of started with that end, having other creators on, trying to talk about their projects as well as just give stuff away. Because I feel like Twitch is a pretty good platform for viewers showing up live and giving it away live. And then we need to move into tutorials from here.
Right. Yeah.
And get that path working. But it's mostly been interviews and we have the NFT weekly stream on Mondays as well, and a few other weekly streams with other games that we work closely with.
And that's basically just kind of like NFT based games that you review, like you play and review and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
And
pretty
then
cool.
like a few of the games that update, like Mini Royale is one game that updates super frequently. So we try to have a weekly stream with them, just to talk about like what's been changing and what we should look out for. One that we're working on getting a weekly stream with, as soon as I can figure out enough of the game to feel confident for a stream, is Million on Mars, just because that's also a game where it's like every week there's something new. Almost every day there's something new.
Really, I bought a land deed ticket once, and then I forgot all about it. So I might have to watch some of those streams to find out more information.
Yeah.
Now,
Go
you
ahead.
two guys are the kind of the face of NFT Gamer TV, but I assume there's more supportive a team behind you. Can you speak about the wider team that's in place? Some of the people that we might not have heard about.
So Das Mustang and Elix, which I don't know if you're familiar with both of them. Those would be are the two people who produce art for us. Das is a like the video wizard. Elix is just super talented artist. And then we have Little and Hattie, who are our devs, back end, front end. And like I kind of play around in there also. They've done a ton for us. And yeah, I'm super thankful for all of the work that they've put in to build our platform and our website and things that we have releasing very, very shortly here. And then just, you know, we have Kurt, who does our social media. And then obviously Larry, who co-hosts on Monday. And then like a good handful of just supportive, miscellaneous type folks, you know, Badger, Poison, whom I super dope. I'm forgetting somebody. It's definitely not cool. So whoever I forgot, sorry.
Whenever somebody says badgers, I think badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. Sorry, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Let me just check here. But yeah, they're amazing. We're gonna release their stickers here pretty soon. We have all of that artwork already done and just kind of waiting. We wanted to just wait for like the right time to do everything, and it's, you know, that's a time is now. You're gonna start seeing like quite a bit from us week after week here. We have the some fun things coming with as soon as we get this new website pushed out. That's the first, like the only thing that's really kind of holding it up. It's getting that published and deployed, and then just piling on top of that. There's going to be a lot of cool things coming out. And it's all going to be, we're going to try to stay innovative. I don't know if you saw that link that I posted to you in the chat there. So that is it's an NFT ETH project that we're kind of, I guess, close to. I don't know how to put it, Sandy. It's called Generative Dungeon. But if you go to that OpenSea link, like you can play the game through that OpenSea page, and that's like, it's not like super technical on how you do that, but it's crazy innovative. Like you have access to that. So just think about how awesome that would be through like a Chrome extension or some third-party app in Upland. Like that would work perfectly for like what we demonstrated with the splitting off of the apartments. Like, you know, a modal pops up and you can actually go into and start moving things around inside of the metaverse. And I think that's all very feasible, and we're definitely going to see it in the immediate future.
Yeah,
That's
it goes
so
back
cool.
to like the Upland racing thing, where it might not look the best, but you got to look at the underlying technology that's
Right.
supporting it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
With you both full time in the space, and with so many projects, you know, on the go now and kind of in development, how do you keep track of your workflow, and how do you stay the course, sort of thing?
Oh, we don't. It's chaos.
I was wondering.
Just falling over.
It's chaos.
I was wondering if you were gonna like come up with something or just be blatant about it. I love that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that cracks me up.
It's one of the hardest things that Cheese and I found. Like I set up like a mini Discord server that's just called Do Stuffs, and it's just basically a whiteboard. Because I know I suffer from kind of, I've got so much to do, I don't even know where. Yeah, there you go. You've got so much to do, I don't even know where to begin. You know, so
I got mine here too.
it'd be tricky.
Yeah, that Discord he set up was a lifesaver. Basically, it's so
do that,
weird.
TD.
It's just him and I in there, and we each have like Notepad, Samurai products, UDU, MBE, Whine and Cheese, NFTs.
Yeah.
And
Like
it's just
you-
a
I've
list,
got like my own
check-
personal Discord that I've been using to keep track of
Yeah,
everything. Because
it's
otherwise,
basically that.
it's impossible. Like just
'Cause,
anything
like,
I
if-
have, like I just put random stuff in the different channels. But it helps me like
well,
it's like
that's-
my brain in a Discord.
Exactly. That's exactly what we've done. If I get 10 minutes spare, well, I can just have a quick look through. Oh, yeah, that's about a 10-minute job, and I can do that and tick it off. Otherwise, I sit on the couch going, no, I don't even know where to begin. I'll just watch Netflix. So,
Yeah.
So
Oh, there it is.
basically-
We do. Welcome to Do Stuffs.
Yeah, you
Nice.
showing our stats. Yeah, so that's interesting because that's definitely one of the things I struggle with.
This is our to-do list.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how I make it through a day without screwing everything up. Like that's how chaotic it is at times. But fortunately, there's a I left out like Alcy and the chicks thing with Morecheeese and everything that we got going on. It's super cool. The Wombat Clan and all that they do for our brand and us, and just keeping like that's the answer for you, Ben. I have an amazing community of people that that hold me up a lot of the time.
Smack you when you need smacking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, without a doubt. Like that other link about the NFTs with Netflix and Spotify. Like when I said this just got like it literally somebody was like, hey, look at this. And I get poked like that daily by numerous people, and I'm super thankful for every one of them that do that, because I would be missing all of that stuff. Like it's usually a drop. It's somebody saying like, hey, get over there. You need to go do this. You're whitelisted for it or whatever. And yeah, the camaraderie and community is such a huge part of everything that we do.
How about you, Sanyika? Like somebody who's full time in the space, what's a day in the life of you like? Like when you wake up, what are you kind of working through for the day? Because as somebody who's come straight from college into that kind of environment, I imagine it'd be a lot different to TD, who has like a full-on work history behind him.
I mean, I grew up gaming, so I feel like that end of it like made sense to me, having to keep track of like, I don't know, 12 things in 12 different games. It was kind of something I grew up doing. I would agree on the work aspect. That's been a huge learning curve for me that I'm still figuring out. So my day is kind of just like as things, or as I remember things, or as people tell me to do things, I try to get them done. I am probably the most forgetful person I know, though. So I'm literally making a server right now, so TD, and I can copy y'all. Because I'd say like exactly what you said earlier, where I like will try to think through what I have to do, and then I'm like, well, I can't think of anything I could get done right now, so I'll just watch 20 minutes of Netflix. But like I know I had a 20-minute task that I could have found.
Absolutely.
You're watching TV? What are you watching? Netflix? You have time for that? I'm just kidding. Shit. I'm just.
What about for yourself, TD? Like as somebody who's, you're not just in the space, you're a father, you got responsibilities and all that sort of stuff. You've moved full time into the space. You still got bills to pay. Without getting personal and into the details, like what's your bread and butter? Like how are you supporting yourself?
I mean, just what I stashed back when it was, that's what you have to do, right? Like, I think we all knew that this was coming. I never predicted it being this bad, but I mean, it's done this every year for quite some time now, right? Like I think we should be on the upward swing pretty soon, and through the next like 3 or 4 months, it should be like, like it was last year, but I don't know. It was particularly bad with the Luna and the UST thing, because that wasn't supposed to happen. I think that that did a lot of damage, so it might be a little bit longer this time. But when things are good, you have to squirrel away an amount, and that's what I did. I had planned for this entire year to be not that great, right?
It was. I kind of set you up with a leading question there, because I remember talking to you back in the day when you were debating, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? And I think didn't you have you had a big win with some NBA top shots, but there was something there. I remember saying to you, well, there's your ticket. Now you've got the freedom to take that
the colonized Mars 1 of 1 that sold for like 80 grand or something crazy like that. That's what it was. What a win that was. I think it was 400,000. I forget. It was just under 80K USD, because I know I had it priced at 100, and like they were selling, somebody was buying them, but then I went and I put mine like just a little bit lower just to encourage to try to bait them in. And yeah, they not only they took that one, they bought another one after that for even more. So I kind of, you know, gave some money away. But yeah, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's
having a nest
so
egg
awesome.
of
Yeah.
not safety, but yeah, having the opportunity to go for it. And
Right, you're right, because yeah, that, you know, that just affords you the opportunity to take chances, and that's what it's all like. It really is, man. I hate to say that that's all that NFT investing is just calculated risks, but it is. It's, you know, I think all investments are that way. Stocks, you name it, they're all just calculated risks. You have to look at something and either just have a gut feeling about it or do a ton of research and you know, have some experience to back up your opinion on why something will do well. And
Yep.
sometimes there's no rhyme or reason at all. It just fucking does well.
absolutely. So, and are you still setting up to? I don't know how to word it, but are you still kind of researching and taking those risks now, setting up like you have that little nest egg to carry you
Yeah,
over
so
for a year or two?
as of like the last few months, I've been so focused on our project that like
Nice.
I have like the daily clickers so that like are part of my income, like daily. But like right now, if it's not just if it's not purely passive, it's not getting done. And I think Sandy's in a very similar position. Like we're wasting a lot of fucking money every day by not clicking buttons.
Yeah.
You know, well, I guess not a lot, but it's going to add up over the course of a week, a month, a year. It'd be pretty significant. And yeah, we have to, you know, we've identified it as a pain point and something that needs fixing. And you know, that's what we're working on. We're going to work on a solution for it. It's something that
You mean like kind of alien worlds and our planets and that sort of stuff?
Exactly. Yeah, like some of them are like on an hourly cadence that if you don't click them every hour, you're going to lose some, you know, something. You're not going to get full payment out of it. And you know, we've seen scholarship systems work in other chains, like particularly Axie. And the strangest thing is like Wax is built for that because it's in the EOS clone, and the EOS, I guess, as I'm sure you know, with Upland, like, you know, if you have ever looked at their key and permission structure and their hierarchy, it's wild, and you probably wouldn't understand it until you kind of dug into how everything works. But EOS and Wax are absolutely built for that kind of a system where it's like, hey, like you go click for me, I'm going to give you a key. That's all you can do with that key. You can't transfer. All you can do is claim. And, you know, we'll set up another smart contract that says, send this percentage after this. Like it's all could be done with smart contracts. And I'm shocked that it hasn't been done yet. But yeah, that's what we're going to work on.
Or maybe for Sanyika then, like TD's had a win based on the kind of, I guess it's the FOMO aspect of the emergence of NFTs and that sort of stuff. And now you're kind of focusing on the here and now and developing for the future. Like in say 3, 4, 5 years time, what do you think your main source of income is going to be?
This is a me question.
Yeah, that's a you question.
You said Sandy at the start, but it felt like an everybody question. My main source of income, I would hope it's NFT gaming, but I would assume it's something we've built.
Some underlying technology sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also residuals, right? Like I know that that would be more important to me than like any kind of drop numbers, like the consistent perpetual income coming in, like the same as like an art, like a music artist, right? Like sure, they get their lump sum streams. Yeah, dude, they get them for life. Every time that song's played, they get a royalty. That, you know, that's gonna be very similar with your NFTs. If you make a product that lasts, then you'll have made yourself, you know,
that reminds me,
infinitely wealthy because you'll always be getting a paycheck.
I remember way back in the day when outdoor decor, when I first applied for my business license, I asked that question. is there going to be residuals attached to these NFTs? Like Cheese and DTech, we're a little team. We're creating
Right.
these NFTs. We're going to sell them. Are we going to get a residual based on that in the future when they get sold? So that reminds me, I need to follow up with them about
Yeah,
that.
the D
Ooh.
goods.
It's a very
I'm not
important
sure.
question.
There would likely be a way to do it through third party apps, I would think, but is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Because Upland's going to get their cut every time that sells. Upland's going to get the 5% cut. But you know,
that's super interesting because it can definitely be done, right? Because we see it on Wax, and again, anything you see them do, EOS can. It's the same chain, really. So yeah, that would be awesome if the creator was getting a cut. You know, even if it were only like 1 or 2%, or even as high as 10%, that would be awesome.
over to you, Cheese. What do you think?
I think this freaking
Oh, you were
game-
listening. I saw you were engrossed in the game. I was trying to throw you. I was trying to throw you.
I'm a female. I can multitask.
Touche.
I am playing this dungeon game on OpenSea, and it's freaking amazing. I got into this dungeon.
Yes.
I got 2 keys. I got a bunch of money.
She's playing on our land.
Rolls.
She's hooked.
I just found something that I was able to open this. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill this freaking. I killed the bunny. I turned him into a bunny because I used my Metamorphosis scroll. I'm a big gamer.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a huge gamer, and I heard Sandy said he was a gamer too. PC or console? Please say PC.
PC, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I used to be a console gamer until I got to
Same.
college, and then I realized that a PC is just
Like
smarter.
keyboard and mouse are where it's at. What kind of games do you play?
Mostly first-person shooters.
All right. Have you ever played kind of like sandbox survivals, such as like 7 Days to Die or like The Forest or stuff like that?
trying to think.
If you haven't,
I mean, Minecraft would technically be a sandbox survival,
that's
right?
true. That's true. If you
So
like
yes.
Minecraft, you should check out 7 Days to Die. I even got Tales of the Crypto on it. They were so reluctant, and I kind of like bribed and guilted them, and now they play it all the time, and they're cursing me because they have this game they have to get out, and they just got out the land, and
It's a time sink.
it's a time sink, but it's such a fun game. I'm playing this one game now, Medieval Dynasty, and it's so fun. It's so much fun, and
I'm gonna need to check this out.
yeah, like I do the popular ones like the Far Cries and the Fallouts and the Red Dead and the Cyberpunk. I beat all those. Sometimes I play the Fallouts multiple times over, but I'm a huge gamer.
Before I lose everyone down to distract
Yeah.
gaming stuff, I've got one more question which I'd be interested in. Is there any? Have you found any like tech roadblocks, like where you're wanting to do something where the tech is holding you back? Obviously, there's a lot of stuff in the space where, because it's so emerging, there's a lot of people who don't necessarily have the skills. But I know, especially TD is very skill savvy. But is there any tech side of things that's holding you back?
That's a great question, and I feel like I would have a response for this. So let me think while maybe Sandy answers that. Fuck that. I feel like I have an answer to this.
I already forgot the
Got this,
question.
TD. You're the technical one here. Don't make me take
Well,
this
I
one.
mean, I just so scalability. Even on Wax, like it, like mass adoption or. So fortunately, it's not really here yet, but like we see it in spurts. Like even Wax still, like there can be a time, like if it's a huge like Funko or something drop, like there's a noticeable difference in the way that the chain performs. And the same thing with Upland, when like a city, like all of those cloggings of transactions that we've seen, and God, the Ethereum other deed sale or whatever the hell it was called, like the way that gas shot up to like an absurd cost. So I think the scalability of blockchain tech just in general is is definitely that needs to be fixed, because we're not going to be able to do everything that we can do on Web 2 on Web 3 until that's fixed, right? So that's I guess the first thing that I can think of. I don't know what else.
I
about
think
you?
me and Sandy are playing video games while you guys.
Yeah, I just
talk.
made a server and sent TD an invite.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
But what about on the flip side then, Sanyika? Like, is it a skill situation for you? Is there things that you wish you could do, but you aren't
I wish
able
I
to do?
could like have ideas and then just make them, but
Yeah.
I could not do that.
Well,
I feel like
Cheese and I are
TD can do
always
that.
saying, yeah. And those people bug the shit out of me because
Like I had the idea
have
for
so
our
many good
tickets
ideas.
that TD and the team built, and like I wish I could have just built those tickets. And
Yeah.
and I have a computer science minor, so I probably could be able to. I
So
just
you
don't
should
trust
be
my
able to.
skills. I should be able to. Yeah, I don't know about could.
What did you major in?
Statistics.
Oh, cool. All right.
Lots of math.
Yeah. I know I took algebra and statistics and skipped calculus, but I minored in computer science and majored in business as well.
That's a good one. I wish I'd studied some business at school.
Nice jack of all trades sort of
All right,
thing.
well, that's about all I had to touch on, and my kids are about to get up and start hassling me for breakfast. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on, Cheese?
I think I'm good. I just can't wait to get out of here and keep playing.
Yeah,
this
you're lost.
game.
You're gone. As soon as you put your head down like that, I know it's all over. Time to wrap up.
Anything else you guys wanna talk about? Like I know you mentioned the wombat. The new season is here.
Yeah.
You showed me some artwork of yours, TD. Now I
Yeah.
didn't know you arted, and it looks really freaking good.
I
Like
do
What do you
art.
mean you didn't know?
The art-
I didn't know that.
He was the original artist. I signed up for
He just-
Samurai Aquatics.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true. That
He
is
did the
showing us right
original
now.
logo.
What's that?
Remember?
The logo, but like I don't know. You could share. You could share. Like I gave everybody sharing thing if you want to show that piece that you showed.
Oh, I don't.
me. Oh, you don't.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't. No, that's got to be secret. That's top secret
Okay,
stuff.
okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Sandy's even seen it. I think
Ooh,
you're
I've
super
seen
special
that
for having
banner.
laid eyes on that. Yeah,
I feel special.
yeah. I've only shared that with other artists. That's so. Yeah, I need to circle back to that. Luckily, what happened was, yeah, they had already ran their whatever it is that they do on the templates before the season started. So there's a midway checkpoint where we'll be able to add more. So that's where like the Sani and the TD and all that, those will get added. And that's kind of a reason why we're keeping it scarce. Because we want those to have value. But as long as we have that special one that you've seen minted by the midway point, we're golden. And so we will. I will finish it up here soon. This stupid computer issue
Bless
has
you.
putting me behind by about a day, but we'll
And,
get
and
that
tell
fixed up.
Wombat to stop ghosting me.
We did. I definitely reached out. I don't know if Sandy got a word back on that. Did Sasha ever?
Reach out about what?
Oh shit! Look at this. TD beat Sandy Discord. The thing I texted you about with Morecheeese and whoever she was DMing with that was so rudely ignored.
I don't think you sent this to me.
Uh-oh.
I did.
Put it
I'm
on
gonna
your new
scroll-
server. There you go. Look,
Yeah,
that's the first
yeah.
entry in your new server. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to keep you for 5 minutes on the back end to touch on some stuff. But other than that, I think Cheese, you can wrap us up.
Cool.
Stay fresh cheese bags.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
G'day, sickos. Okay, to qualify for this free episode themed on Morecheeese NFT, as always, like and subscribe. Then jump on over to the NFT Gamer Discord server, complete the steps to get verified, say good day and tag Morecheeese in the Grand Sanny Station channel and follow any additional steps for some potential NFT Gamer TV extras. Later.
Evil empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Evil empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.